Coach, these folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Deuce. Deep rip.
They run it for the first time. It's only Pollard. Fights against the defender. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4.
Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Come on,
following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's our time. It's our time.
Hit it. The first carry out for the BYU man, it's Jamal Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Ready, set.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
Shoot! They try to run for this. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is Harris. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football. To the 27, give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid game. On that play.
Good job, baby. Good job. Good stop, D. Good stop.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. He's coming. We got double up. Ready, go.
Now he finds his first carry. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Naeem Hines, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Here we go,
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for him, very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 42. 43's the mic. I got wide. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They'll have a first down past the 40. They find some open field here. And down to the 27-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 45 yards. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut, as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Okay, ready? Mike 51. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you down.
Gonna try the right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus in practice.
But here's priority, and the key is to get points, so you know
You ain't doing nothing today.
during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Set, ready? 10-2 saw. Look at me, zipper.
They'll run with Williams. He takes it in for a quick score. Jamal Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, they got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
Just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score,
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. Naeem Hines, 77 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive. They get it all on the ground, Charles.
They controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield,
50, play.
other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything you should have possible to get in front.
The defense may be looking out for a pass cover there. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end.
Operating from the gun. Costello. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there. And it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here comes Cohen. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so demanding for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And it gives us time to the tailback. And now, the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll run with power to begin the drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
15 line. 15 line.
Now again, inside and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I know you feel that. Ready. 70, Indy. I'm coming. Let's go.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. He's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Let's go. Do it.
Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
We got this.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, orbit.
Let's set a tone.
Fire.
Throwing on first down. Just enough. And a quick throw here. That's good. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Oh, yeah.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. He goes out
geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Check 13. Check 13.
They begin to drive with eyes. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist, twist. Check.
Off-play action. French. And break. The tight end's got it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talked often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. With the tight end right there, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you get the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
First and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's what I'm talking about.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
Check, check. Break down. Break down. Break down.
Again, Hines. And they get a couple here down to the 22.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Shift. Yo, I got it. Will, set, switch, no.
They just do get the play on the 0-3. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 7 of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble. And they were in enemy territory. So very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here. Can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing,
You ain't doing nothing.
not a good feeling at all to put them out of it. Now they can't afford to do that.
Can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Colts on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go, team. Spill. Hey, Haywood. Shift. Let's go.
From the gun, Costello. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Oh, the return is Cohen. Runs through the contact. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time the offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now again, right side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
You don't want no problem.
Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Play fake. Crouch. And the heavy traffic gets intercepted. Picked up by Garland Conley. Andy Isabella was the intended target. But I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
36, 36. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Greystone, travel.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, check. 43. Yeah, let's get set.
Get it.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check it back. Check it.
Hard, hard. Hey, zoom. Yo, go. Go, Lee Griffin.
Waiting for the goal. Costello. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate Dalvin alive, just stuffed him. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Trey Grant. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
The way he roared up and made that play, that tells me that he spent a lot of time in the film room analyzing what this offense does, and he saw something that convinced him he didn't have to worry about the pass. He could just go right now and make a play. I think if you're the offensive team, you better file that away a little bit. Maybe think about some play action down the road. You might catch him deep.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm coming! Check, check, check! Check, check, check!
2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Interception, baby, all day, all day.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
General West. Hurricane.
Now a shotgun handoff to Connor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Give me that ball, 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Give me that ball, hey, high 7.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Shoot.
The final shot before break. Costello. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
On 3rd down, it's Powley. And they run past midfield just a yard or 2 shy of 40. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they want. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Got it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
They like his work ethic. He's got to run every route all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
Back to throw. Costello. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Ed Oliver coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Come on,
after the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Bravo!
Costello, he's going to go for a big. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And they hand the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Watch the kill. Turn it up.
First down. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And Isabella. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
All day, baby, all day.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to make a break up everyone else.
And now a throw here secured by is running back out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Undercrush.
From the gun, Costello. Big loss here as he's taken down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way.
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Take it at the 37. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Coming to you. Hey.
They'll run on first down.
Back.
Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ancient Gator. Number 53. Mike 53. Drop deep. Kill.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2. Now third down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Slam.
To throw on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be with the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. The crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
You know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit, he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. That's
caught inside the 20. And he takes this one for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep doing it. This is Hines.
He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Get out of here. Here we go. Go to base. Go. Pick me up. Here we go. Check 15. Flip it. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T. Hey, alert 3.
And Isabella, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go!
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board or in your playbook, one play drive, that's exactly what you want to do. You have to be careful.
And it's caught inside the 35. And we'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. With touchdown number 8 on the rear. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Bring it up.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check 43. Mike. Yo. Check 55, Mike.
Here's Hines. He's got the first down and more past midfield.
Run.
And finally down at the 32-yard line. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check 3. Check. 15 to 6. Pull it. Switch.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's get it together. It's free.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. He knows it. They want to ride him.
Oh, Cohen lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. It's celebrating, and off he goes. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
You expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Let's go now.
Start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now Pollard. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Here's Pollard again. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He can run for it, and he will. First down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
On the set. Protein spill.
Check, 43. Check.
Now.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jamal Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, they got the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
Well, they definitely do because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, start
the drive. Crouch. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come on. Check it
They'll
out.
travel left side. It's Hines. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Watch the curl. Check, check. Press now. Press is it. Shoot. Slam.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Mike, 55.
First down. Hines. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Naeem Hines, 53 yards. The Titans are able to extend their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 51.
Operating from the gun. Costello. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Costello. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Shift.
Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they get a little bit of praise.
Hey, Alpha.
Check 25. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Big rip.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Costello. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to the
play action here on first down. All right, open, clean. At the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose, and the Colts pick it up.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, but maybe you're just throwing so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. And in the event, that's a big opportunity lost.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Ready.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Shoot!
Run for coverage. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defense is always talking about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Hey, Echo!
43 in the middle.
Right up!
Detroit on 2nd down. Castellano. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Get ready.
A failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him starting up here on 3rd and 8. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
We got
what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Ready. 90, Wolf. Yep. 5.
Well, we're on 1st down. Carlo. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Switch.
Snap.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Castellano. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very low.
Pilot, 64, weak.
36. Find the mic.
Go.
Find the mic. Here I come.
Ready.
They'll run with Pollard. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they taste defeat.